Hi everyone, this is Akhil from Our Mortgage Broker. I'm joined once again by Mitesh Manek, one of the specialist brokers here at OMB. So Mitesh, how are you?
I'm very well.
Good. How's 2022 treating you?
Treating me very well, actually.
Good, that's what we like to see, and you're smiling, which is good.
Business is booming.
Business is booming, which we like to see.
Yeah. But comes with the stress as well.
Oh, tell me a bit more about that stress. What's the stress?
We've had lots of lenders that have been behind with the work.
Okay.
And lots of clients waiting for their completions to happen.
Yeah.
And so we're constantly having to chase lenders to ensure that their process is running smoothly.
Yeah.
And at the same time, obviously, increase our load because we're always chasing lenders to ensure that completions are happening in good time for the clients.
And how are you mentioned lenders are a bit slow in reacting in underwriting the applications. What are you doing to help move that application on in that journey smoothly?
I think we're quite blessed to have good contacts, especially with the business development managers we have.
Yes.
So certain lenders, we have very good connections, and so we regularly sort of keep in touch with them.
Yeah.
Especially with purchase transaction, we get a lot of estate agents chasing us to make sure that the valuation is getting booked in good time. Having said that, I think everyone's very much aware.
Yeah.
That summer is normally a very busy time for lenders, so there's always that a bit of care and compassion that they show towards the clients, so that they're not really pushed to ensure that exchange happens quickly. Having said that, one of the things that does help is that if you're keen in progressing with a property and you know that it's a property that it's definitely worth buying, there's no harm in starting the conveyancing process alongside whilst the lender's already pre-agreed the application.
Yeah.
So I'm finding some clients that are doing that because obviously searches take time as well.
Yes, great.
And so if you start having the communication and engagement with the lender and also the estate agent, which I'm having to do now, it does help the overall process, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure the client has a smooth journey from start to finish.
That's a good point. And fundamentally, there's three key processes or three triggers that happen in a mortgage for you to acquire the keys for a property. So the first one is a mortgage application, where Mitesh will help submit a full application to the lender. The second phase is where the valuation takes into place, and that's usually done once the initial underwrite is done. But what Mitesh is alluding to there is that you can carry out the valuation in line at the start of the application to save time. Yeah. The other thing, and the other third pivotal part of the whole application, is the legal side, which is a conveyancing. And as Mitesh quite rightly said, you can also start that at the beginning as well. So it's just working smart. But the things you've got to be conscious of is the lender won't lend if the valuation doesn't stack up.
That's right.
The property's got to be mortgageable and habitable. So you've got to be confident in your valuation, I would say.
That's right.
In the house valuation as well as the rental valuation if it is a buy-to-let. And then likewise, if you're quietly confident on that side, you can start the legal work as well. So the conveyancer can send out for the local searches, which can take 2 to 4, 5 weeks at the moment, depending on council to council. So, thank you for sharing that with us. And, that's what the brokers at OMB do, right? We do that very well, is, speak to the relevant teams and partners and lenders throughout the transaction. So it could be from the initiation with the estate agent, the lender, the underwriter, the mortgage surveyor, the legal team as well. So it's paramount that whoever our viewers are working with, that the advisor touches base with those relevant parties throughout the whole process. So thank you for that.
Can I just share one other point?
Please.
So one of the things that has really helped my business is ensuring that we have the right type of convincing team around us.
Yeah.
So when I say right type, I mean experienced people we've worked in the past. So sometimes lenders offer deals whereby, let's say for a remortgage transaction, they'll offer you a cashback or they'll offer standard free legals. So what that means is that you have a choice. Either you get the same rate, but you either have a cashback that goes towards your legal costs, which means you'd have to appoint your own solicitor, compared to where you have free legals, which means that the lender will appoint a legal firm to act on that transaction. Now, what happens there is that we lose control of that transaction if the lender appoints his own solicitor, because we don't get the communication. The communication goes directly to the client. And so the client and that convincing solicitor, whoever is assigned to the case, will carry on having the communication. We don't get even the email. We don't even get the email address on who the convincing person is. Now, in order for us to ensure the smooth transition takes place from start to finish, normally on the post-offer stage, when those conveyancer starts acting on the case, if we have a conveyancer or a law firm that we know we've worked with, then it does help because they understand us, and we're also there to ensure that while the customer's quite busy with their work, we can ensure that the transition's running smoothly, there's no delays. If they need documents that they're waiting for, we might already have them on the file, or there might be certain queries that they've got, or they're suddenly got busy and they're are not responding to a client, that we can chase them. So all those things, although they look small in terms of tiny steps along the way to completing the process, but these are the areas that causes the most frustration for our clients. And so that's why I talk about having a smooth journey.
Yeah, no, I like that. And the key here is, having the right people working for you and with you is paramount in this business for speed, for keeping the stress levels down, because our stress levels do really, really go high at sometimes. But we're here to help our clients. And as Mitesh quite rightly said, is, before you engage with any legal firm, make sure you know who they are. Look at what level of work that they've got on their desks, because if they've got too many files on their desks, you might just be a number. And that's what we do at OMB. We surround ourselves with the right legal firms, and we recommend people that we like, know, and trust. So we can pick up the phone on a Saturday or even on a Sunday to say, what, can you get on with this case? It's urgent, blah, 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 blah. And as you quite rightly said, we hold a lot of documents for our clients on file for the relevant reasons. And what we can do is, like ID and address verification, we can certify those documents, share it with the solicitor, and most solicitors do accept that rather than the client going in and to do a face-to-face. So thank you for sharing that.